What's up, y'all? I am back for the second video of the day. We are here to continue. Hold on. Adjust the camera a bit. Alright. Anyway, I am continuing on with the Tarantino movies. Theoretically, this is his fifth film, even though you can argue Kill Bill 1 and 2 are just one movie. So, but theoretically, this is his fifth film. Kill Bill Volume 2, or Part 2, whichever one you want to call it. I remember watching this when it came out. I didn't see it in the theater, but I watched it like several months later, and I remember really loving it, and just such a good end to the series. One of the best things about it, especially rewatching it today, I love the training. I love seeing her, like, you get a bit of her training by Paime, you get a relationship with Bill, you learn her actual name, which is Beatrix, sorry. Michael Madsen, you get a bit more of him as Bud. So, a lot of good dialogue moments, the fight scenes, good soundtrack. It's an all-around just great film. And, because in the first one, they make Bill out to, like, basically be a monster. He shot her in the head. They don't show you his face most of the movie. So in this one, you see his face, and you actually see, like, oh no, they had a connection and all this. And one of the things I do like, so you get so the film opens up, you get kind of a recap from Uma, who tells what happened, so we're continuing on from there. And she's mentioning she has one more name on her list, which is Bud, and then she'll kill Bill. And then it opens with the Kill Bill Volume 2. Stuff like that. So, before we get to that, tomorrow, like I mentioned, I'm going to be doing The Matrix. I'm going to be reviewing the first one, so that will be fun. I cannot wait to do that. So that'll be tomorrow. But, yeah, man, I cannot wait. So, before we let's kick off the review. So, like I mentioned, the movie opens up. You get kind of a retelling of the first movie from Uma, and then it opens the credits, and then probably my favorite scenes, you actually get to see, like, the wedding rehearsal from the inside. Like, you saw what happened before, what ends up happening in the first one. So we get her talking to Bill. So this is actually a reveal of Bill, played by David Carradine, who, in my opinion, did a really good job in this movie. They make him, like, almost likable in a way. Then Bill seemingly gives, I think this is where it's revealed her name is Beatrix. His blessing, or no, Arlene, because this is when she was hiding her name. And then we see the Deadly Vipers walk in, and it was cool to see a quick cameo from Samuel Jackson. They don't show his face, but you recognize his voice. I didn't even remember that Samuel Jackson made a quick cameo. He was the piano guy, so it was kind of cool. He's always in Tarantino movies, so it's kind of cool to see him in, like, a quick cameo. I didn't even remember, like, I hadn't watched this movie in a while. I think I'd watched the first one more recent than the second one. So, after that, Bill goes to Bud, who's revealed to be his brother, and basically warns him that she's still out there and she's gonna come for you. So Bud then goes to his job. We get a quick scene on, like, I think he works like a strip club or something, and he's sent home. And then we see the bride try to sneak in, but it was a trap, and Bud ends up shooting her with a non-lethal shotgun. Yeah, he kills her with, like, and he sedates her with, and he ends up sedating her, calls Beatrice, and then he says he has her sword. Not Beatrice, calls Elle, who's like the second, I would kind of say, villain of the movie. He calls her, and she agrees to come meet him to give him, because she wants to buy the sword that, because I guess they mentioned that it's like one of the last Hanzo swords being made. So Bud, and his buddy end up taking her to a grave. This scene's actually really kind of fucked up. You see her torture her for a bit. He puts her into a coffin and ends up burying her there. And then this is where we get kind of now we're going back, and we end up seeing her with Bill, and Bill takes her up to Pai Mei's place. So Bill tells her about this master and takes her there, and she ends up learning the 5-point palm exploding heart. Basically, a palm that explodes the heart. So she takes him there, and Pai Mei, played by Gordon Liu, I think did a really good job, even though he didn't speak English, but there's subtitles. So he starts teaching her. Initially he scoffs at her, doesn't. So she grabs one of the swords, and we get we see Pai Mei's level of training, and then I think she eventually gains his respect, and you start seeing her almost like Karate Kid style, but a bit more harsher. You see her training hitting wood, which is gonna be important because for the next sequence after this. So we do see her train. You see her train with weapons. You see her learn the punching through wood, and then there's even a scene where she ends up having to, because she initially can't eat. They're eating dinner, which is rice, and he's using chopsticks, and she does not know how to use it. So she initially tries to do it with her hands. Pai Mei throws the bowl over and is like, "No, you're gonna learn." And then eventually you see her see, this is the thing. The writing used to just be great. Granted, it's Tarantino, so it's almost guaranteed, but it's still we to see our actual characters trading and learning is actually a good thing, instead of getting these boring Mary Sues. It's I go back to the video I did about the problem with modern female characters. It's this movie was only 2004, so that was now, I guess that'd be 18 years ago now. It's what the fuck happened? You see her train, you see her fail, she gets her ass whooped at some moments. So then we jump back to her in the coffin, and she basically uses Pai Mei's technique to get out, and she digs her way out, which is pretty badass. Then Elle arrives at Bud's trailer with the money, which is $1 million, and she gives him the money, and then she gets the sword. But it's revealed that when he opens up the suitcase, that it was a black mamba was hidden in it, and it bites him in the face. And she basically tells him you only have a couple of minutes to live, and she basically talks shit about him. So that's the end of Bud. And then she calls Bill and makes it seem that she killed the bride. It was the bride who killed his brother, and she killed the bride. So when she's about to leave the trailer, and then we get, my opinion, probably one of the best fight scenes, along with, I think, the Lucy Liu fight scene from the first one, but this one is pretty hard hitting too. Them finally meeting, because you do see her for a second in the first one as a nurse. So sorry about that. So they initially fight like with hands, and basically, and this is okay. So this is where it's revealed. Um, the bride's real name, Beatrix, is revealed. So we get a really good fight scene between the two, almost like kind of reminiscent of the fight scene between her and Copperhead from the first one. It's like throwing each other around like it's an RV, but still. And they eventually, Elle has the bride's sword, and the bride ends up, or I guess I'll call her actual name right now. Beatrix ends up finding Bud's sword, who throughout the film he says he sold, but he doesn't. He didn't. She finds it, and then Beatrix taunts him, and Beatrix, sorry. Elle, this is where we get her reveal why her eye's gone. We learn that Pai Mei pulled her eye out, but we also learn that Elle killed him by poisoning him. So, and then they start fighting, but then Beatrix just pulls her other fucking eye. I was like, God damn! She just pulls out her eye, and basically Elle, I think, dies essentially. She just ends up screaming in the trailer with the Black Mamba. I guess we're supposed to infer the Black Mamba kills her. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, so she walks away. Then we see her go to Mexico and meet one of Bill's teachers, basically. A retired pimp named Esteban. He tells her where Bill is, and she tracks him to a hotel. And we get this scene is really fucking good. When she walks in, she's ready to kill him. She has the sword on her back. She is ready to fucking kill this motherfucker. She walks in and she sees Bill playing with a little kid. And then this is where it's revealed that BB is our actual daughter. And it's like, dude. And, fucking Uma's reaction is probably some of her best acting. Like, I think all around she's great in these films, but this scene, her face, like, and it's like, because she didn't know for years. She thought her daughter was dead, and to see that reveal, and it's done so well. And you see Bill play with her. Bill, she has like a toy gun, and she shoots him, and she's acting like he's dead, and then she shoots the mom, and she plays along. So, and it's like, for a second, their rivalry is almost put to bed. Like, they make Bill a likable dude. Like, yeah, it's shitty what he did to her, but it's still like, man, that's how, like, Tarantino is such a good writer. When you can make characters you should hate likable like that, but not humanize him either. Like, he didn't humanize Bill. He just gave him, like, oh, we're gonna, because, yeah, they were a couple. So after putting BB to bed, we get this really good scene between the two where Bill shoots her with this truth serum, and he wants to know basically why did she leave, and he's telling her about about comic books. So we get a little bit of like comic book references, and he references that Superman, and this is true. Unlike the other characters where Batman, Spider-Man are alter egos, Superman isn't, because Superman was born as that because he's Kryptonian. So he goes into that, basically akin it to that Beatrix was always meant to be a killer, and that marriage was never going to work. So he even asked her, like, was the marriage even going to work? And she even admits that it wasn't. Because he's basically saying, you're always meant to be a killer. That's all she's going to be. And then the two go talk at a table, and then Bill explains why he had her killed, and or attempted to kill, and he even felt bad. And then he tries to attack her, and then she ends up doing the 5-point palm. I'm just gonna call it back. I'll just say the 5-point palm exploding heart. So she does it to him, and you can see her crying because Bill almost like accepts it, and Bill like even surprised that Pi taught her that move, and you know they reconcile, and then he ends up dying. But you could see it in her face; she's sad about it. You know, like, and that's what makes these films so good is like they build it up, like because in the first one they do make Bill like pretty much an asshole. It opens with him; you don't see his face, but you just see him shoot her. You see him like kind of like they make him like this secret mob, not mob, but like this secret boss who's just he's faceless. He's this bad guy, but in this he's you see him, and then the scene with him and the daughter. But this is such a good film. Um, so she ends up taking her daughter, and they start a new life. You know, and it's such a like the fact that she wanted to get Bill so bad and she ends up getting it, but she's not even like happy about it because they reconcile in the end. It's so good. And the stuff with the daughter, when her reaction when she saw her daughter was alive, oh man, that almost got me. I'm not gonna say tear up, but it definitely is like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I know it was revealed in the first one, but just see it and for her to get it to be revealed, and for all of us to actually see her, and he's just playing with her. It's not like Bill was just such a good film. Elle was a great villain. You had some great fights. This one was more of a story one. I do think the first one was definitely more of an action, because like the first one you have that like her it was you have Beatrix against like all these dudes before facing off against uh Ored, you know. Whereas in this one, yeah, you have the big fight scene really was her and Elle, to be honest, and then like some of the training scenes. But like yeah, this one was more of a story film, which I really like. There's still a lot of good action. Don't get me wrong. It's just yeah, but I definitely love this one. This is a great like ending. I know there's a lot of people who wanted three. I don't. I think the more I think about it, I don't really see what more. She killed Bill. She got with her. She has her daughter back. What would the story be? I know some people are saying you can have the story of Copperhead's daughter. They even mention it in the first one, but I don't know if I want that. I think it would just almost be you would almost be rehashing it, but just with a different character's perspective. And it's been too long. Like Kill Bill 2 Volume 2 was in 2004. It's 2022 now. And if let's say they do it, it probably wouldn't come out until 2023 or 2024. So that'd have been a full 10 years at that point. Or not 10 years, 20 years, sorry. It'd be 20 years since. It's too long. Like I think the second one ends it perfectly. It's such a great film. It ends it. I'm cool with that. So, but definitely this one, I think that if the first one's like a 9.5 out of 10, I'd give this one a 9. I really like this one. I like the story oriented about it aspect about it. Don't get me wrong, I love the fight scene between her and Elle. That fight scene is so fucking good. It's so built up because Daryl Hannah actually does a really good job as this like mystery chick, like because you don't know much about her, besides being revealed she's a former Deadly Viper herself. And the scene where she kills Bud is pretty fucking like such a. And then the confrontation between the two, and then her getting killed, and then the final act. So yeah, all around great film. Definitely will watch again, and I definitely recommend. Honestly, watch them back to back. I think it works better that way. I just had to wait a week because of the way I was doing the reviews, but it's much better to watch these back to back. So, but yeah, definitely a great film. So tomorrow I will be talking about the first Matrix, which that's gonna be awesome because that movie is um, a movie to me that's like Jurassic Park that's set boundaries, not just a great film, but that set like not like that set like a lot of the way films would be made. Like Jurassic Park showed like the effects of CGI, and I think The Matrix did that, but with action. How many movies try to be The Matrix afterwards? So that's gonna be fun to talk about that. And I'm only doing the first three, like I mentioned. I am not doing the fourth one. So, but other than that, watch Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. My next Tarantino film will be Death Proof. I did not realize I got it confused with Planet Terror, which is the one with Rose McGowan with the gun leg. That's Robert Rodriguez. But Death Proof is a Tarantino film with Kurt Russell. And I think I saw it once. But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch. We're going to review that next week, so that's my next one. But yeah. Other than that, I'm going to cheers one more time and then peace out. Fuck Warner Brothers. Fuck Disney. Fuck LaBitch James. Fuck Colin Kaepernick. Fuck Joy Reid. Fuck Seth Rogen. And fuck the Biden administration. I'll talk to y'all later. Or tomorrow. Peace.